Hello, class. Good afternoon. This is Marvin again. So this is the continuation of our earlier discussion. So let us proceed with the rulings of semicolons. Kanina, let me reiterate it again. I know that we had rather a bad reception. Now, in terms of the use of colon, no, number one, if we are talking about an introduction of a list, dapat you have to check na yung before those lists of items, dapat may independent clause. And if in case that there will be a composition of a compound sentence or complex sentence, whatever the technical rulings for that, no, ayun yung i-apply natin. The second one here is the appositives. An introduction of the appositives, wherein mini definition, we are redefining a specific noun, no, to um, that a colon is going to be used, no? After that independent clause pass, the mini definition or the redefinition will be right after the colon. And the third one here is we have the so-called um, introduction of a quotation or direct quotation. So the rulings for that class is number one, if the quotation is incomplete sentence, you have to capitalize the first word and end it with a punctuation. At kukulungin mo siya nung mismong open quotation at saka close quotation. And of course, do not forget the colon. Okay? So that is the end for the technical writing or the technical rule rather for the colon. Now, let's talk about the use of semicolon. Class, yung sa semicolon, if you're going to remember the fanboys, which is we are going to connect two independent clauses, di ba? So, if that is the case, let us have an example. No? So, ang kinoconnect natin pagdating sa coordinating conjunction ay two independent clauses. Dalawang sublay na nakapag-iisa, hindi independent clauses. So hindi po kasama dito yung tinatawag nating subordinating conjunctions because it connects one independent clause and two or more dependent clause. Where in those independent clauses relies two independent clauses to denotes its meaning. Now, look at this. Kapag once na meron kang example of two independent clauses that are being interconnected or that are being connected to each other, instead of using the conjunctions, of course, alam natin yung bawat use ng fanboys, right? Yung for stating a reason. The cause is it's either nasa independent clause and the first independent clause ladder and the reason is the second independent clause. No, pag and connecting two clauses that is related in its meaning, no? Nor negating both options, meaning to say wala neither the two. No, but it is a contradiction, no, contradicting to the independent clause or whatever statements, reasons of the independent clause, or it is an option. So you have to choose, no? It is a choices, yet is a surprise, and then so is the result. Okay, now look at this. The example here says some bosses take good care of their employees, and I use a semicolon, then they help them develop their skills and grow in the company. If we are going to look into the first example, if I'm going to remove this semicolon and I am going to place an end punctuation na period, and then capitalize the personal pronoun they, no? Basically, these are two independent clauses. No? Sige nga, I'm going to give you time to think ano yung akmang coordinating conjunctions na pwede nating ipalit dun sa semicolon. All right, very good. So if that is the case, instead of using and, you're going to place a comma and then a conjunction and kasi we are connecting two independent clauses that are related into its meaning. Okay? So here, class, the concept of semicolon, instead of using a comma and a conjunction, you just simply replace it with the semicolon. Pero you have to assume or presume rather or put it into your mind na I use a semicolon because it's just like in the concept of the end committed, no? na dapat there is a presence of conjunction and because technically speaking or technical in the technical writing, if we are going to connect two coordinate adjective that are on the same grammatical factor, it is correct that we are going to connect it with a conjunction. Tama? Instead of using an end, you are going to replace it by a comma. Kaya nga siya tinawag na end omitted. You omit the end, replace it by a comma. And same thing with the concept of first rule in the semicolon. Instead of using the conjunction where in the fanboys, coordinating conjunction lang class, maglalagay ka ng semicolon. But dapat nasa utak mo, what is the right coordinating conjunctions to be placed in between two independent clauses. Okay? Ang dali lang, di ba? So again, if I'm going to remove the semicolon, the correct coordinating conjunctions that is appropriate to the example, we call this one as a compound sentence, right? Sentences rather. And plus the comma. Okay? So laging i-check nyo yung sentence structure wherein the independent clauses and dependent clauses. That is the first example. Technical. Then the last one, dalawa lang po ang gamit wherein accepted by the book no in technical writing. Now, another one is if we are going to introduce or separate a series of items. Una ha, class ha. There should be a series of items. Pagdating sa ruling natin sa comma, no, series comma, meron tayong phrases in a series, words in a series, at saka short clauses in a series. Kapag may pagkakasunod-sunod, and the other condition is it should be composed of 3 or more items or lists plus the last 2 items, regardless if it is composed of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. The last 2 items is connected by the tatlong conjunctions. And, or, at saka, alam niyo na yung mga gamit nun. Alright? That's the time maglalagay ka ng comma in the rules, in the rulings of series comma. But here, we are talking about separating the series of items with description or parang mini definition. Instead of using multiple of commas, ang gagamitin mo a combination of a semicolon plus a comma. Paano yon? Look at this. The example here is many students wonder if they should buy. You know to yourself, should buy. Ibig sabihin, madami siyang bibilhin. What are the following items? A tablet, that is item number 1. Another thing, let us assume class that there's no description yet. A laptop, that is the second item. Hold on for a second. Bakit may ano? A laptop, that is the second item. Ay, sorry class. Wait lang class ha. Tayo bumalik. Wait lang class ha. Na ano yung akin. Sabi ko pa naman, magsi-seconds lang ako para bumalik siya. Okay, I'm going to rewrite it again, class. Sorry, nagkaroon lang ng technical difficulty. Kahit recording, may technical difficulty. So, class, this one. Ito. So, I'm going to rewrite it again for your reference, class. So, it says here, many students wonder if they should buy a tablet. I'm not going to use or to include the description of each of the items. Ha. Lalagay ko muna yung mga items. Laptop, desktop. Yan. So, this one, class, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo that we are enumerating a list. So, it is correct that we are going to put a comma in between of the items, no? Except for the last item wherein it is being connected by the conjunction and, no? So, if in case that there is an existing description, or should I say, a mini definition of each of those nouns or each of those items, maglalagay tayo ng semicolon to separate it, not a multiple commas. Okay? So let's say, for example, anong meron doon sa tablet? Since if they should buy, ano yung mga bibilin? A tablet wherein there should be a description for that, which is very portable. Tapos instead of comma, I know that it is right to put a comma, but to avoid using multiple comma, semicolon ang gagamitin mo doon. We are separating the description of the tablet to the second item, which is the laptop. Nakuha nyo? Oh. Then next, a laptop, then I'm going to describe it again by separating it with a comma, which has keyboard. Now, I'm segregating or separating the description of the laptop to the last item or the third item, which is the desktop. Instead of using comma, I'm going to use a colon. Oh. Keyboard. And then, or a desktop. Yan. So these are option, no? Pipili ka lang whether it is a excuse me, whether it is a tablet, laptop, or which among the options, tablet, laptop, or desktop. And I'm going to put the description for that, which has the most memory and storage of the three. Diba? So in this case, class, the example here is we are separating the list plus each respective description by using a semicolon. Okay nga, sige nga. I'm going to give you time. I'm going to give you time to analyze it. So let's have this example. So I've worked in the 3 countries in Asia. I'm not going to include the punctuation first. I want you to analyze it. I got English, Japan, where I worked as a voice actor, and South Korea, where I was a university professor of. All right. So, sige, I'm going to give you time to think kung saan natin ilalagay ang comma and punctuation. All right, very good. So let us check. No? See, here, there is an independent clause wherein kapag dinivide natin siya, I've worked in 3 countries. Doon pa lang, you're going to assume it, no? That is an independent clause, and it is right that you're going to put an end punctuation. However, the rulings here is we are going to place the colon plus the semicolon. So since we are enumerating a list, which are, what are those 3 countries? We are enumerating the China, Japan, and South Korea. So it is correct that we are going to place the colon right after the Asia, enumerating what are those countries, which is China, and it is correct that we are going to separate the description or ano yung ginawa niya dun sa China, comma, where I thought English. And that's the time we're going to put a semicolon because we are avoiding to use multiple comma in separating what she did or what he did during his or her stay in China. So now, in separating the Japan with its description by using comma, and then right after that, we are going to separate. Mali lang yung spelling ko, class. Wait lang. Separate the description what he or she did in Japan, which is where I work as a voice actor, and that is correct to put a semicolon because we are segregating the last item, which is the South Korea, in the description of the Japan. Okay, then it is correct that we are going to place a comma right after the South Korea because what she did or what he did in South Korea is being described or being enumerated. Okay, class? So that is how are you going to place the second rule in using the semicolon. Okay, do you have any question? If you have any question, just place it in your GC and then I'll let it being answered right after. Okay po. So with that, maraming salamat. So sorry for the interruption, class. Sorry for this is the disadvantage of synchronous session, no? Kasi because of the internet connectivity problem, tapos at the same time yung availability of the gadget, alam niyo naman masyadong mayaman ng RTU, ang aming computer hindi siya naglalag, no? Halata naman kanina na parang robot ako kanina, no? So, anyways, thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. Pasensya na kayo, class. So please review para sa ating midterm examination. So it's going to be an F to F. All right? So with that, thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye. So ipopost ko to sa GC, ha? All right. Sa G Classroom natin. Okay po. Bye-bye. Nag-record ako. Naputol ako kanina. Kaya inano ko na siya. Eh, class, ano na siya? Kasi kasama sa midterm namin.